My name is Gao the Arsonist. I create worlds and people in them. Not like a god, but like a mother. Like a mother. I grieve with my children.
I don't got a choice. There's violence in my skill set. Now I'm self-employed. My target's clients haven't killed yet. I tried robbing Lady Justice blind for her blade. Just ended up with bodies on the tires.
Now, Gao is an actually really interesting artist. So in order to understand him or his music or anything that he's making, you first need to know about his persona, Gao the Arsonist, and what he makes.
I don't got a choice. There's violence in my skill set.
Gao the Arsonist has this trippy hip-hop type of sound that he has labeled as sludge, a dark, grimy, and ethereal feeling that you get from an early Odd Future, with verses consisting of metaphorical language, characters, deep lore, and real-life problems. You can see this in a lot of his music videos that he has on YouTube. Instead of Gao rapping and lying about his life, he instead tries to bring his art to life and tries to bring you into a whole other dimension that consists of characters with lore behind them, so he can rap freely about anything that he wants. One of the reoccurring characters is a guy with a gas mask. This guy was inspired by MF Doom. If you know MF Doom, he's known for wearing his Doom mask. Now let's get into who is Gao the Arsonist. Othniel Gale is a 21-year-old artist from the UK. Gao has been making music since he was a kid because he always dreamt of bringing his imagination to life. Stuff like video games or shit he's seen on comics or movies. He started taking music more serious around 2019 and was interested into music since he always had a lot of free time, and since a kid he always had a lot of imagination and he had a lot of creativity. So he would mess around on his laptop and make beats. He got into production first in middle school when one of his friends introduced him into it. He would always see this friend around older kids who were producers and DJs for the school and would spend a lot of time with them to learn how to produce. He eventually pirated Ableton and started recording and producing for himself. He grew up living and having the same mindset everyone had as a kid. Go to school, finish university, get a good job, have a family, and just live the normal life. It wasn't until his senior year in high school when he realized he was more than that. He wanted to be more than just a normal human. He felt like he was put here in the world to create and show his vision. He didn't want to be a slave to the government working a 9-to-5 job just because he was taught to have that mindset as a kid. You can hear this in songs like Get Your Money In, where the song is about a government program that commissions lower class people to kill, or how they say, clean out the lazy people who don't want to work or have poor work ethic. Basically a song about the government sending people to kill homeless people or people that just don't want to work.
Vagabonds make a pay with more people than notices that could draw eradicated by crack a dog. I got a skull to the crack of the rifle. I want the blood of the back of the Bible. Catch disciples, heretic stars. Couldn't even tell you what the remnants are. Add to the precedence, guess through repetitive horns.
Gao then dropped out of university and put all his time into music. It was painful. He also didn't like the fact that if he was going to make it as an artist, he had to show his face. But he was an introverted person. He couldn't portray a person that was bigger than life because that's not what he was.
Like my favorite artists. And I realized that everyone that I love as an artist, like they present themselves as like kind of larger than life characters, right? Mm-hmm. No one wants to be the fan of some random person who's just like them, right? Yeah. Which is kind of sad. It's kind of cynical, actually. I kind of created a character because, you know, I'm a very like understated person in real life. Like, okay. I'm not like a big personality or anything, and I always felt like I really don't have like a famous face. You know what I mean?
He had to find a way that would separate him from his art. So he came up with the gas mask. And since then, he managed to find an audience that would embrace his dark, weird sound and labeled his sound as sludge. Something that's really unique about Gao is he literally has his own comic series based on the characters that he has in his music videos. So if you want to go deeper in his lore, definitely go check it out on Telegram. Gao isn't a normal rapper that you see on SoundCloud. He actually wants to build a sort of a cult-like fan base, and his fans actually love him because of his weird music and because of he's being himself. This man is very versatile. Every song that he has dropped has a different sound and has a very different sounding beat with different lyrics. Very, very different lyrics. He isn't rapping about having money or having all these women. This man actually has talent at writing. He's actually rapping about maybe something about the government or corruption or something about communism or making Bible references. Gao really is different, and he really does bring you into a whole other dimension. He brings these characters to life with the music videos and everything that he makes. Songs like Power are good examples.
This is the Arsonist. Paradise, he always plays to bliss the palisade. Now he's serving royalty when he lured us next to palace gates. Nigga, I'm the boy who slipped the poison in the chalice, pouring oil into the balance, was the choice to kill the candidate.
Gao likes to bring his art to life with his music videos. His last album, Our Bones Are Artifacts, is actually an album about society and culture and how it's affected by technology and the internet. My favorite songs in this album is the last song on the project about an ancient entity that wants to return to a time before modern technology. It's trying to find a place to die where there's no humans and it's just peace and harmony.
Line is the blade of God, far outside of reach. Fiber optic cables and bodies eroded by the sea. Eyes are glazed and bloody need golden light to sleep. I wanna go home and die in peace. Line is the blade of God, far outside of reach. Fiber optic cables and bodies eroded by the sea. Eyes are glazed and bloody need golden light to sleep. I wanna go home and die in peace.
A song that I should talk about is a song by the name is Gunsling. This song is about a bounty hunter who desperately clings to his job as a way to feel like he has value. He rejects the idea that anything else about him is worthy of love. It's about how we're conditioned to believe that our value as human beings is not intrinsic or intrinsic. I don't know what the fuck it's probably from government. The next song I really like is a song by the name of Right Between the Eyes. I actually found out of Gao from this song. I seen it on Instagram Reels. It's actually kind of a follow-up song. We explore Gao's unhealthy relationship with mortality and the dangerous bounty hunting lifestyle that you see in Gunslinger. He ends up losing his job and ends up losing a purpose to live. Since all he knew what to do was just to work his whole life, he ends up losing a purpose to live and feels suicidal. I said, Gao The Arsonist is a really unique artist, and I feel like he really deserves a lot more attention. He does a lot of more stuff that not many artists do. Maybe other artists have done it, but I just don't notice it. And Gao The Arsonist is the first artist that I'm noticing that does all this crazy stuff, that has lore behind it, that has kind of like a cult fan base that is adding to the lore and supporting the lore. He has comic books that the fans are gonna read. He also has albums, he has music videos that the fans are going to support and watch. A lot of people are actually interested into what he makes, and I actually fuck with this. Gao has actually been working hard on his music and it shows. I think maybe he was a freshman at university when he dropped out, took the music stuff serious. He has the sludge verse, which is really fucking big and consists of a lot of fucking lore. I wish I could get into it, but it's actually a fuck ton of stuff, which I think some YouTubers would be interested into getting into his lore and making a video about it. But trust me, it's crazy. Like what this artist has done in order to gain attention. He really has put time and money into his career, and I definitely think that he deserves a lot more attention. But yeah, this is Gao The Arsonist. Very, very, very talented artist. I recommend you to listen to him. Support him on everything, please. Like, this artist is crazy. Alright, go on his Tumblr and read his comics. They're amazing. Whoever makes the art, you're crazy. Alright, I'm gonna put everyone's socials down in the description. Everyone that made the art, and social to Gao stuff. And yeah.
I wanna smell you.